All right, in this episode, we talk about mobility,
ankle and hip,
11-year-olds mechanics,
and ass munch.
Brent Porcio, Derek Carter, Juan Espinosa, and Stephen Godani here at the Top Velocity #PitchTip Show. We go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Top Velocity, #PitchTips, #BaseballTips. Ask your question, we answer on the show. We actually got Periscope showing us right now. So for some reason you're getting, it's like telepathy, and you know we're filming this, and you want to see it live. Go to Periscope. And you can watch it live, or if you're watching live with Periscope, we're recording the Top Velocity #PitchTip Show. If you have questions, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like we said, ask your questions, answer on the show. This weekend, Friday, or Saturday, I'll be in Houston, Premier Baseball, the Zone, for 3X seminars. If you want to sign up, go to topvelocity.net/Houston, just 8. If also going to be in Long Beach, March 26th, for a 3X Velocity Clinic. Go to topvelocity.net under Velocity Camps and sign up. Plus, we got all the Velocity Camps coming up for the summer. And those guys that want to stay and train, we'll have the guys here training, just like these guys are here training. Maybe we'll just take this time. Like, why don't y'all give a few words about your experience? I know Derek's coming back from being through the programs, and this is your first. You came to camp and you've gone through. Both of y'all talk about your experiences. The training. Anyone out there who's considering the training, tell them why you decided to stay for training, what benefits you find out of the training.
Training's been awesome. It's hard work. Obviously, you're here all day long, but it's great. And just in the short amount of time that I've been here, I can already tell at the end of the day, it's my leg that's tired. It's no longer my shoulder. I don't have shoulder pain anymore. I don't have to worry about my arm coming through. It's all about getting down into your leg, and I can already feel it. Like I said, even the short amount of time that I've been here, my leg already is the one that's tired at the end of every day, and it's not really my shoulder. So being here where you get that instant feedback from all the guys, everyone's real helpful, Brent, everyone around, it's really helpful. It's really, really great to be down here with a bunch of people who are all interested in the same things and bounce ideas off of each other. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, Juan?
Yeah, what hit it for me was when I got here, I was already 6 weeks in to the Ace Pitcher Handbook, and I had already been doing the metros and all that, and I thought I was doing them pretty well. And then I got out here watching everybody do it, and I couldn't even break 31. And 2-3 weeks in, now I'm at 38. So it was definitely.
And you've moved up on the mound. You've seen a little bit more on the mound, a couple miles an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. Vertical jump. Started got here 23. Now I'm at 27.
So you're seeing progress.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Progression. Cool. All right. So first question. What's the question for the day? Ryan Maservi asks, hey Brent, what are some good exercises to improve ankle and hip mobility? You know what? I'm not even going to answer that question. Maybe I'll throw something in, but that's typically something that we all deal with. We all deal with some dorsiflexion issues and hip issues. More than likely why you came here is because you have poor hips. Raise your hand if you have poor hips. All right. So I'll let everybody throw something in there. So throw in a little exercise.
One for each, ankle and hip. We use those heavy duty bands that everybody loves. One for the ankle. We've been over it before, wrapped around a sturdy anchor. Put it around your ankle and then just lean into it, and that's the best way I've seen to get more dorsiflexion. In the short amount of time I've been here, I've already gotten way more. And then for the hip, same thing, use the band, keep it around your ankle, and you're just moving your one leg out the opposite side of the anchor, and you're just trying to get it stronger, and that is supposed to bring in more flexion. That's what I got from my physical therapist.
Yeah.
Show that one more though.
So it's kind of hard, but it's like,
it's not going to see it, but
if you've got your two legs here, you got an anchor over here, and you got a band around it. You'll put it around your outside leg, and you just move your leg out to increase the strength around your hip muscles.
Okay, so it's like an exercise more than like stretching.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an adductor exercise.
Down. Yeah, exactly.
My whole thought process on that is, I don't know if you ever read the book, The Supple Leopard, but like any stretching needs you have, like I'm sure it has it in there. Like, it's been great for me. I've had some like lower back issues, and like it's like those stretches in that book are
Kelly Starrett's work is really awesome. That's what we typically use a lot of. So.
The one I'll tell you about for the ankle, dorsiflexion. Just get on the wall, pretend this is a wall. Just try to put your foot, try to put your foot facing upwards and just lean into it. Leg straight, and then with just a bend on the knee and get up on that wall.
I'm gonna add one too for ankle. So you get down in a bottom position, like in a squat position. You take the barbell, 45-pound barbell would be best, and you put it on your knee. So because your knee is a little bit over your toes, so you put it on your knee and it adds more weight, and it stretches, keep your heel down, and it stretches that ankle and dorsiflexion.
You gotta be in a squat, right?
But if you
squat position.
But like try to like start it like halfway up your leg and then like roll it up.
Yeah.
So then like it works like more, because like at first like you won't have that great a dorsiflexion. Then you're like, when you roll into it, like that's when you really start to feel it.
Sucks.
And that's like, I do that like every single day before I do any squats or anything like that. So.
Yeah. Also, you can take like a lacrosse ball for the ankle one, and really, there's a lot of bad tissue that can build up in there. Just work all around it and kind of break up some of the tissue, and then do the exercises that they're talking about. And then for hips, hips can be tricky because I think people can have just different areas that they need to work on. Some people might need to work on their hip flexors. Some people can have really bad internal, external rotation. Some people can have really bad flexion. So there's like a bunch of different stuff that you could do. So like for example, like for me, like in my hip abductor, like really like or on my hip adductor, and just adductors in general, like I'll do like the banded super frog from Kelly Starrett, and then I'll do stuff where I'll work on my external rotation, and then internal rotation where I'll go on, like take like a block and get my leg all the way up on top to kind of act like I'm in a squat position, and then you can kind of just move your body around and push your leg into internal rotation, pull it out into external rotation, and really hit like all the corners of your hips. But that's all stuff that we get from like Kelly Starrett. So I would just recommend, if you're not going to buy his book, just go on YouTube and search stuff on ankle mobility, hip mobility, and he just has endless exercises for you.
There's one I developed that I call pitch sim adductors. So you have a pole or something to support you, right? Like this. And then you lift and you load into that adductor as deep as you can, and then you push yourself back up. So you load into it, and then you push yourself back up, and you want to be feeling the adductor stretching if it's an adductor issue.
Yeah, that's a good
thing. You want else?
No,
you want?
that's cool.
All right, next question.
Kentucky Dirt Dogs asks, Brent, what do you think this 11U left-hander can do to improve velocity and mechanics? Thanks.
What I'm seeing just in that video, quick look, is he's really aggressive with the lift leg, and you can see when the lift leg gets out. I'm going to show this video right here, but you can see when the lift leg gets out, the back leg isn't really trying to drive and push force through or drive the hips through. And what you see is the back leg just getting pulled off. You see it popping up and just being pulled around by the opening of the front leg. So if you're gonna have a big swooping front leg, you better, like Nolan Ryan, have a powerful back leg punch before you land. If not, that back leg just gets pulled off. And when it gets pulled off, everything goes early, you don't separate. And if you can see in his video, he's over rotating into release, the leg's flying way out to the side, just a sign he's being very rotational. And it's because in that big lift leg, that was really that was driving all the momentum, and then everything was just kind of following that as he went to release, as opposed to before he hit front foot, the back leg initiating force to separate the hips and shoulders, create a lot of linear power, and then the upper body then tries to catch up and catapults in that same linear direction. So, look at Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was the best at using a big leg lift because it's really hard to use. If you have a big leg lift, you better have a really powerful back leg. If not, you'll never separate well, and everything will go together and over rotate, and there'll be no really power to separation behind it, which is 3X. It's just triple extension and separation. But look at Nolan Ryan's back leg. It punches through just before he lands. What do y'all think?
I mean,
just looking at that, anything you saw?
Just looking at it, for 11 years old, that's not bad. He's got a lot of time ahead of him. He's got times on his side, and like you said, if he can work on getting back deep into that push leg, that drive leg, that kid can have something special. And it doesn't hurt to be left-handed. Obviously, everybody's looking for the next great lefty. So
yeah, good front leg, but good front leg. When you don't have a lot of force coming from the back leg, it's easier to have a good front leg. So that'll probably get worse as he creates more force in the back leg.
I would say kill that front leg. Just focus on that back leg driving. I'm very rotational myself, and if you just think the only rotational that you can do is just contralateral, like what's it going backwards?
Yeah, counter rotation.
Counter rotation. Just only think about this is the only rotation you do. Everything else you do is straight.
Everything else is linear, right? Everything else is just target. So what he's saying is, after you get a good leg drive, back leg drive, initiating your linear force, the only rotation you should be thinking about is counter rotating into that, and then everything should then direct back to that linear position. Or is that guy that we were talking about that starts with an A? Remember, he used to say something like, it's not a rotational, it's linear with a rotational complement.
That he stole from Kevin. Yeah.
Who was that guy again?
As much. We already went over this.
Poor, he hates us now.
Yeah. But yeah, for the 11-year-old, just like I've kind of gotten to see a few like younger kids here through the facility, through Gorilla Baseball, come in and pitch, and I think it's really rare to see a kid have a really good back leg drive at that age, just because they don't have the lower half power development yet. They're lacking a lot of stability and stuff. So I think where you're at right now as an 11-year-old is actually pretty impressive. I see you come into your drive leg and you load into it a little bit, but like everybody's saying, you're just not exploding out of that drive leg, and you're kicking the front leg out and becoming a little too rotational. But the biggest thing is, as soon as you're 13 or 14 years old, going to freshman year, just get in a weight room, start building some power, and do what we didn't have the opportunity to do, which is start at that young of an age. And
shoot, start at 8 or 7,
we'll start now.
Don't
if
be
you
afraid
can.
of doing body exercise.
Just
learn technique, learn bar technique.
Start developing the athlete, and you'll have such a jump on everybody else. And I just can't preach that to you enough. Yeah. We all wish we could do it. So get in there and start building some power.
And don't run long distance.
Yeah.
And don't, what else? And don't just do tubing and think you're developing strength.
Don't fall into the long toss trap. Or
that too.
Yeah, develop yourself into an explosive athlete and emulate the mechanics of a high velocity pitcher. That's really what we do. Yeah. It's not rocket science. Develop yourself an explosive athlete and emulate what these high velocity guys do. Mm-hmm. And it works, because if it works for them, why wouldn't it work for you? Right?
Anybody.
Right, exactly. All right, good question. Good questions. If you have another question, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, @TopVelocity, #PitchTips. Ask your question, we answer on the show. If you haven't already, sign up or check out topvelocity.net. Sign up for that 30 days to 5 miles per hour. Or come down to 3X programs. That's where we'd like to have you come down here and do the 3X Velocity Camp. Train with us. We want more guys here. Make it a fun summer, hanging out with us, training hard, reaching your goals, and we'll have a lot more testimonials coming. If we get you guys down here. I'm thinking these two guys will be our next testimonials if they work really hard. Sure. I'm expecting it. And we'd like the same from you, so see you on the next episode.